complete all of Rocky Ridges, that's meet every Pokemon, build every habitat, get all your Pokemon to an awesome comfort rating, collect all the human records and recipes, beat all of the challenges without leaving once? That's what we're here to find out. Settle in, grab a snack, and let's get started. For those who haven't seen, we already did this challenge with the Withered Wastelands and completed it. You can find the full video of that linked here and in the description, as well as the spreadsheet I created so you too can tackle that challenge. I'll be working on a Rocky Ridges one as these come out. Before we can start in the Ridges, we need to make sure we have zero unfair advantage coming in. That means leaving all of our stuff behind in the Wastelands, besides the dowsing machine, although I don't end up using it in this zone, and spending all our hard-earned Pokecoins to get us down to 0. That's a lot of Leaf House kits. A funny number even. And some goggles and more decorations to get us to 0. So you might be wondering, why Rocky Ridges instead of Bleak Beach? Both are open to us, but Rocky Ridges offers the most in terms of upgrades to our abilities and resources. Being able to make ingots is a huge benefit, as is cooking and the upgraded Rock Smash with the new rollout mechanic. We will learn of all that soon to come, I promise. Of course, we can't go to a new zone without Professor Tangrove. I learned a new word here today, scads, and after a bit of deliberating, I decided it wasn't fair to bring the stuff through from the gate between zones either, even for decorating. This area used to be Pewter City in Kanto. You can see that something bad has definitely happened here. There is ash everywhere, and although the volcano is dormant for now, the land itself needs a lot of tending to become livable again. We managed to locate the ruins of the old Pokemon Center, but unfortunately the PC isn't working. In the eruption, it got dislodged from its power source, and neither of us are strong enough to move it. I think we could have if we worked together. Tangrove is huge, even if he says he's too weak. After he tries to come up with a solution for what to do, I have a quick look around the area, finding some new recipes and clearing the water blockages to restore water to the crops. After all, we have 0 food at the moment. We also find some human records, including some early dev diaries from the PokeLife app that gives us our coins on the PC, a flyer for an artificial hot spring, and a letter to someone called Harry talks about how much Riolu and Growlithe love playing together. By the time we've done all that, Tangrove has come up with the idea that we could use a Machoke to drag the PC around. He has no idea where to find one, so we restore some habitats in the hope of attracting a Pokemon that's a bit more useful. And thankfully, little Score Bunny here knows. They say that Machokes like to bring sandbags back to their homes for some extra lifting. We construct a little habitat that would allow them to do that, as well as a little flower field along the way. Score Bunny was right, and Machoke moved in straight away, and after nearly knocking Ditto out upon first meeting them, they agree to help us with a training sesh if we can find somewhere to warm up. As we're heading to our workout spot, we meet a new little tree friend and pick up yet another recipe. Machoke teaches us how to lift heavy things, and he is honestly a little bit shocked that we can do it without any real work. But what can I say? Ditto is just special like that. He also points out that now that we can lift, he doesn't need to move the PC for us, so he doesn't have to do any work at all, and can go back to flexing in the corner. We pick up a list of food from an old restaurant on our way to do all the hard work, again. And yay! We can access the PC for the challenges, recipes, and environment level checker. Some challenges such as building different kinds of structures and discovering Pokemon carry over throughout the game. The rest of them are new and will need to be completed to rank 10 before leaving. Of course, Tangrove wants us to rebuild the Pokemon Center, but we need to earn our Pokecoins back first. After insulting Machoke's intelligence, Tangrove hears a cry from a nearby building, and we stumble over a Cricketop, as well as a prize notification for some cooking ware, on our way to find out where it's coming from. Somebody is stuck in a barrel. Yep. Tangrove only seems to care because they might be a human, but whoever it is, they're about as food motivated as my dog. That is to say, very. We want to cut them down, but Ditto's blades aren't sharp enough to cut through metal. But don't worry, Barrel Friend says if we change what we eat, we can get superpowers. You gotta start with a salad. You can't just cut a salad up on any old chopping board. It has to be super smooth. Tangrove thinks if we find a Dartrix, they might be able to do that, We grab the iron chair recipe on the way out and set off to making a home for them. Perfect! We do a bit of clearing whilst we wait and find a Clefairy doll, which will give us access to a new dream island with new things to find. Don't worry, Driftloon can find us wherever we are. Right on cue, Dartrix shows up, and they're clearly very clean and tidy. The Pokédex straight up calls them a narcissist, which is a bit rude, but they agree to help us if we make them a nice perch for their home. Luckily we grabbed the recipe earlier, so off we go to make the cutting board to Dartrix's precise instructions. Scorbunny sniffs out our salad preparation and asks to join in, so together we mix them and have a snack. But all it does is make me able to grow grass real good. How is that going to get the barrel friend down? Turns out Barrel Friend wanted us to make a starter before we get onto the main course, a whole loaf of bread. But we need an oven for bread, right? Scorbunny thinks maybe we could just find a Torkoal and build an oven copy of him, and you know what? Sure. Now, Torkoal is slow. Torkoal is going to need a nice path to get out of whatever cave he is in. We start doing the prep work for that, and along the way we hit environment level 2, unlocking our backpack upgrade so we can finally carry more stuff. We find a letter from someone's journal that gives us a little hint to a special NPC we will meet later, and we meet the bread dog in a field of flowers. As we break into the hot springs area we heard about earlier, we pick up some more recipes and set up 3 new habitats. One of them that Torkoal immediately hops out of, and thus begins his slow walk to the Pokemon Center. It's all going smoothly, if slowly, until this point. Why has he deviated from the path? What is he doing? Stop cutting corners! Seriously? Seriously? That last step is too hard? Let me push you. No? This guy, I swear. When he finally gets there, he also tells us his entire life story, and Ditto zones the hell out. But at least we learn the oven recipe from staring into his fiery shell for a few hours. We make the bread oven, hit environment level 3, and meet 2 new Pokemon. For some reason we picked Torkoal to light the oven for us. He can apparently just walk on dirt fine now due to some miracle, and our cut is finally strong enough to free the barrel friend, which is a lovely chunky Greedent called Chef Dente. With his help, yes, I know this Greedent is female canonically, but I prefer to think of him as flamboyant and queer instead, don't at me. We set about making the town a little livelier, with the hopes that that will bring the humans back from wherever they went. Diglett and Kricketot are in the right mood for this, learning how to harmonise together in this cute little conversation. We want to make some burgers, but we don't have a frying pan. We need ingots for that, but we don't know how to turn copper ore into bars. After a quick interlude to make a very fancy salad for our new friend Dartrix, we purchase the Pokemon Center rebuilding kit, which also requires ingots that we don't have. And Chef Dente teaches us the importance of fashion for cooking. You know, you can't cook properly without a hat and a little scarf, right? Still stuck with what to do about the ingots, Machoke asks us for help cutting down a fence that's too tough for him, and we follow him into a hot cave, which he proceeds to complain about being too hot and then leaves. Ungrateful. But we do grab a cool recipe, and then Tengrove gives us a call. He's been playing with technology again, and suggests if we go a little further, maybe we can find a smelting furnace for the ingots. Would you look at that? There it is. You loot it all, pick up the railway track recipe, and set it up upstairs for easy access. Now we just need magma for some reason, even though Scorbunny is perfectly capable of lighting fires too. Whilst we wait for him to show up, we go off exploring. Dartrix stops us to say that they've decided to call us by our name. Yay! I love it when Pokemon do that. I'm not sure what the trigger for it is, but it's cute. Machoke has yet another errand for us. Now he's looking for some friend of his that he used to use as a weight to train with, which is weird, but okay. Luckily we found him in the hot springs talking about how much he loves to eat rocks like Abigail from Stardew Valley, and we also find Scorbunny's big brother Reboot. Graveler is kind of haunted by the experience of being a living dumbbell, and so he teaches us to look like him so we can go be the weight instead of him. But look, now we can roll. Turns out Machoke actually wanted to apologise for using Graveler as a weight, which is awkward because now he thinks he apologised to his friend but he didn't. So I gotta roll back to Graveler to tell him the good news, and I think they're friends again. Yay. Magmar has been hiding in a wheelbarrow this whole time, and once we feed him and the furnace some tasty ore, he gets to smelting. Our first ingot triggers us to come up with the idea of a handcar to use on all the railway tracks we've been finding, but that's a task for later. Pengrowth lets us know we're doing a great job, and so I make him extra proud by making another habitat and then promise to investigate a spooky noise the Scorbunny heard. But first, I gotta make that hamburger. We've definitely gotta have enough ingots for it now. The burger makes our rock smash extra strong. We can break through the rocks to find out who has been making the weird noises. After a weird Exorcist-style moment that Ditto doesn't even blink at, we meet the new Rotom form for this game, DJ Rotom. And DJ Rotom has big ideas. If we throw a party, we'll definitely get the humans back for sure. Unfortunately, we are Pokemon. We don't know how to throw a party. Chef Dante thinks we need some food to eat, which is a fair guess, and so we clear some room near the old restaurant and place down a big old pot. Only for him to say that he doesn't actually know what to cook. Great. Rotom thinks some music will add to the hype level, especially if we can get a Pokemon to dance to it. And then we ask Tangrowth for advice, and he says that all good parties have ancient artifacts in them? Sure. Pro tip, don't ask us nerds for advice on how to throw good parties. While Chef Dante is thinking of a recipe, we are tasked to make some other dishes for the party, but we have to serve them on fancy platters that we can't make because we don't have iron. Great. At least Ludicolo is here to dance and get our environment level up to level 4. Even Ditto joins in on the boogieing. We're gonna have to search for some iron ore though. At some point when I wasn't looking, aka I lost the footage, Ditto found an Arcanine doll, and we can head off to a volcanic island to pillage its resources and also start our long search for the next legendary doggo. We don't find the doggo, but we do find some tomatoes and lots of ore that we can smelt. And with an iron ingot in hand, we also learn how to make even more furnaces to scale up the operation. With all the furnaces going, we do a little bit of cave diving, finding an old magazine about Vespiquen, a letter that shows a reply to one we found in Withered Wastelands, and a new habitat in the form of a railway crossing. This PokeLife dev diary we find hints again at the meteorological events that might have caused all of this destruction, which is confirmed by another diary, this time from a hacker. Turns out the humans are all going to space and leaving us behind, which is, wow. Oh, but hey, cute photo of Riolu and Growlithe, that makes it all better, right? Deep in the caves, we uncover the ruins of the old Pokemon Museum, and a Gimmighoul in here wants to catch it all. Relics, he means relics, and feathers of legendary Pokemon. I can only presume he has an elaborate taxidermy project in mind. We try to move Gimmighoul out at this point, but turns out he will just go back to the museum until the quest is completed, so don't do that, guys. We loot the museum, which includes some information on the environmental changes and Pokemon conservation project. Apparently they were going to upload all the Pokemon to PCs, go to space, and then hope it calms down and come back again. I don't think that's really fixing the problem, but what do I know? I'm just a Pokemon, who is rebuilding the world. We get the platters made now the ingots are finished, and rather than making a nice selection of food, I just make 4 loaves of bread, restoring a habitat in the process. Okay, wait, I need a 5th plate. Fine, I'll make 1 hamburger. Who will be the lucky guest who gets something inside their bread? With all that done, we finally have the party hype level at 100. We still need Chef Dante to cook. He thinks maybe a curry will do it, but of course we are responsible for sourcing the ingredients, and we are pretty low on berries. All the trees on the Dream Island are pointy trees, so we're going to have to wait for some more to grow. In the meantime, we buy some PP up, learn how to make a love heart with our hands, and also casually rebuild the Pokemon Center. No big deal. We find another journal from our old trainer in here. Apparently we came and ate at Chef Dante's restaurant, but totally forgot about him. Can't have been that good. We meet a new friend, Tyrant. Oh yeah, I found the fossil and made the habitat, but also lost that footage too. It's been a busy month, okay? In the ash, we sift out some strange strings, which later we'll be able to make into guitars to attract even more musicians to the town. And there is a giant purple goopy blob staring at our table of bread. Excuse me, Blob, we have curry to make. It's party time. Oh god, the volcano is erupting. The moral of the story is never have fun with your friends. Actually, it's all Volcanian's fault. He woke up from a nap because he thought humans were making noise again. He really hates humans. But when he finds out his Pokemon, he's actually pretty chill with it. He even does some little fireworks for us, and we party all the way through the night. With the party over but no humans to attend it, it looks like our story here is done in Rocky Ridges, and Tangrowth encourages us to look elsewhere. We still have Pokemon to find and habitats to build, and that's not even looking at the amount of challenges we have. Tangrowth will just have to wait. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Sorry for the wait, life has been a bit hectic, and I started streaming over on Twitch so I have less time to edit. If you do watch streams, come check it out sometime. I'll be streaming the new Pokopia update next week. And if not, subscribe to the channel here on YouTube also means the world to me. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do with the decorating for this area too. I was thinking of clearing out all the ash, but it's a lot of ash, okay? Trust me, lots of ash. Next episode will be here soon, I promise. And until then, stay cozy everyone.